Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm installing Area 419's Arcalock rail onto my rifle. Also, I picked up the M-Lock hardware to go with it. So let's get to installing. So first thing I'm going to do is I want to make sure that the M-Lock rails are snug on my rifle, so I'll just double check them. So they appear snug. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to line this up there's a section here. This lines up with the front action screw, and this rail actually came with a couple of front action screws, so I'll have to figure out which one fits in there. So let's go ahead and remove the front action screw. So we're going to go ahead and remove the front action screw, and we're also going to loosen up the rear action screw. So now we're going to go ahead and install the M-Lock screws onto the rail, so it's all set. And I'm not sure if we can reuse this the front action screw. Yeah, I think it's going to be too short. So we'll use the front action screw that they provide. So the front action screw that they provide is a little too long, so I'm gonna have to cut it with a Dremel tool to get it to work. So I'll be back in a sec. Alright, so I installed the M-Locks into the areas that will fit on my rifle. On this particular rifle, the M-Locks nuts will fit on these front two, and one here, and then one screw for the front action. Like I said, the screw that they provide was a little long, so I had to take a Dremel tool and cut it to size. I did not measure how much I cut off. I just kind of had to do several cuts to finally get the size I want. So make sure you measure properly before you commit to cutting. It's better to cut little at a time and get it right versus cutting it too short and then having to look for a screw. So anyways, I got the M-Lock nuts on. Let's put the rail on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put the front action screw first. Kind of get the threads engaged. I'll go ahead and use my little torque wrench here. What I'll do is I'll pick up the rifle, kind of hit the buttstock against the floor to kind of make sure that the action's recoil lug is sitting against the stock. So I'll just pick it up.
What's that?
Place it back down. Then we'll go ahead. What I do is I alternate. So I'll go about 10 pounds first. Then I'll do 10 pounds in the rear. Next I'll go 20 pounds. Now goes 20 pounds in the rear. You get the idea, and I go back and forth, so on until I get to about 55 pounds of torque for both the front and rear action screw. So let me get that torque down, then we'll start locking down the M-lock nuts. Okay, now that I have the front and rear action screw torqued down, I'll go ahead and start snugging up these M-lock nuts. So there you have it. So the Arcalock rail installed on my stock. This is a Graybow Ridgeback stock, so it has these nice little M-lock rails. So this particular one fits in nicely. So as you can see from the side profile, there is a little bit of bowing here. But it seems pretty solid. I know they talk about potentially having to do some grinding and what have you, but I'm actually okay leaving it the way it is. It seems pretty solid. I don't think my action is gonna move while shooting. But the advantage of this is now I can So the advantage of this is now I can install my bipod with this Arcalock system, and it works out really nice. And one of the things I saw that a gentleman by the name of Jonathan Ocab, or Ocab, I think. I forgot, I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name, but anyways, he runs the matches at the West End Gun Club for the NRL 22. And one of the stages where the barrel was being used, he actually took his bipod and slid all the way down. So now he could actually utilize the bipod on the barrel, which I thought was pretty cool. And it was just this quick. I mean, literally that quick. And the good thing about this Arcalock system has these little notches that key into these set screws up here, so it doesn't slide. So anyways, pretty neat setup. I hope this helps some of you guys out if you decide you want to do this setup. Like I said, the only thing is there is a slight gap on this end. You know, it's hard to show on video, but there is a slight gap. Let's see if I can get you to zoom in. As you can see, probably right there, you know, there is a slight gap here, and it's just the way this stock is kind of, the fore end isn't completely flat, but it is what it is. I could probably stick something in there to kind of as a spacer, maybe a couple layers of double-sided tape or something in there, but I'm actually going to leave it the way it is. So anyways, hope you guys find this entertaining and helps some of you guys out who are thinking of doing this. Alright, thanks for watching, guys.